Tigers and your Riverview Rams. Sportsmanship is having pride in your school, your team, and yourself. Sportsmanship is having respect for the game and those who play it. Florida High School Athletic Association reminds you to take on the responsibility of good sportsmanship. Play strong, play hard, and play fair. The FHSAA reminds you that live streaming state series events via social media without prior approval is prohibited. Live streaming an event without approval may result in sanctions against your school. Thank you for your cooperation. Remember that if you're posting pictures, tonight's game on your social media accounts, tag the FHSAA, and we'll retweet Derek. Follow the FHSAA on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. Searching for FHSAA. You can also like us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/FHSAA. On the site, you can keep up with teams and people who strive to make high school athletics in the state of Florida the best. That's facebook.com/FHSAA. Making their way into the Ramden Bowl at John Sprague Field. Give it up for the best band in the land, Riverview High School Filthy Band. Will be taking part in downtown Sarasota Veterans Day today and tomorrow.
I know cool man.
Amazing Grace. Please rise and move your hats to the playing of our national anthem. We thank the JROTC for providing the color guard and raising the flag at the west side of the stadium. Now, please join Band Captain Jamil Belkamp and the Kilty Band as we honor America. Please join us now to the playing of our alma mater. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Riverview High School at the Rainbow at John Sprague Field for regional tournament competition in the 2023 FHSAA Class 4S Football Championship. The FHSAA reminds you that interscholastic events are an extension of the classroom and that lessons are best learned with proper respect for the students involved. Please let your good fortune show as you watch tonight's game. Our officials this evening are from the Gulf Coast Football Officials Association. Our referee this evening is Phil Flanagan, umpire Adam Reigel, head linesman is Dave Hall, our line judge is Greg Hagopian, our field judge is Sean McHugh, our side judge is Von Egan, our back judge is Greg Besaw. Clock operators this evening are Craig Violet and Kevin Leary. Captains are just about ready for the coin toss as they get ready to make their way out to midfield. The captains this evening for the Palmetto Tigers: number 2, Rockland Lodge; number 3, Clayton Pease; number 10, Jacoby Murrell; number 33, Isaiah Jackson. The captains this evening for the Rams will all be carrying American flags as the Riverview Rams football team would like to honor and recognize all of our veterans of our U.S. Armed Forces. Our captains this evening for the Rams: number 34, Hicks Caldwell; number 55, Weston Grudario; number 7, Dr. Thomas; and number 10, Henry Fioriglio.
The lights shine brighter tonight. It's the first round of the 2023 FHSAA playoffs. On the Riverview Rams Sports Network, we bring you the regional quarterfinal between two teams that met earlier in the season in an absolute shootout. The Rams able to pick up a 52-42 win in a game that wasn't as close as it seemed, but it was for a while. The Rams pulled away late, and now they meet again with their season on the line. It's the Rams, it's the Tigers on the Riverview Rams Sports Network. My name's Addison Resco. Alongside me is my partner, Jonathan Morelli. Super stoked to have you in the booth, and tonight is going to be a fun one. These two teams have battled it out across the past couple of years in really tight ball games. In their last 4 in the last 3 years, there's not been a game that's been decided by more than 10. Palmetto won a double overtime thriller last season. 2 years ago, it was Riverview picking up a 22-16 win. The year before that, a 16-7 win. These two teams don't like each other, and great football is always played when these two teams meet.
This is a rivalry that has been going on since I can remember. The key for this Riverview team, or Riverview defense anyways, this Palmetto team has got insane athletes on their team, right? Speed, they've got immense speed. The key for this Riverview defense is to not let anybody behind them. If they can handle that, then they're going to win this football game. This is two great offenses. It's going to be a shootout. I'm excited for this one.
And speed does certainly kill. And we saw that in the first meeting between Palmetto and Riverview. We saw in the first play of the game, Rockland Lodge explode for an 81-yard touchdown pass from Clayton Dees. Later in the game, he had a 70-yard touchdown pass. Damari Magwood, a 75-yard touchdown pass. Damari Magwood also returned a kickoff for a touchdown. These Tigers have explosive playmakers, and it's something that, especially earlier in the season when these two teams met, that bit the Rams in the foot. But as the season has gone on and progressed, the Rams have done a very good job of limiting the amount of explosive plays that they've let up, and that will certainly be the key for this fast Palmetto Tigers team who comes into this game 5-4. They picked up a 42-7 win against Ida Baker. And while 5-4 is a good record, in those 5 wins for the Tigers, the teams that they have played only have a combined 6 wins. So you question the lack of competing against good teams. However, we've seen them do that. We saw them hang in there with the Rams. We saw them hang in there 2 weeks ago against Manatee, where they only lost 38-33. So while they haven't beaten the best of teams, they've hung in there with the number 2 and 3 seed in this region. They're a tough out and a tough draw for Riverview in round 1 as we are about to get underway here at the Ramble. Damari Magwood and Dylan Wester deep back to receive for the Tigers. It's been a few years since playoff football has been played at the Ramble. They've been on the road for the last 2 seasons. They welcome the Riverview crowd back tonight for a matchup against Palmetto in round 1 of the 2023 FHSAA playoffs. Magwood receives it at the 5-yard line and will try and make something out of nothing, still on his feet. Magwood had a return last game against Riverview, still on his feet at the 30, and finally is going to be brought to the ground.
Wow, I mean, that's the longest return I've ever seen.
KJ Brown on the stop, and it brings up Clayton Dees and the Tigers offense. Clayton Dees on the season, 1,534 passing yards, has 12 passing touchdowns, accounts for 4 rushing touchdowns, one of those which came last week and another which came against Riverview back in week 3 of the season.
Yeah, the key for this Riverview defense is to limit the explosive plays. Like I said earlier, if they can keep the receivers in front of them, they should be able to limit the long ball. However, this is a quarterback that is good on the run, can roll out of the pocket, and is good with his legs.
Magwood, the reception on first down for a gain of 3. Make that 4. 2nd down and 6 coming up. Again, Magwood had that big game against Riverview last time. You saw the explosiveness on the kickoff return there. Had one last time out against Riverview along with an 75-yard touchdown. Thomas in motion, and that's exactly where they'll go. Thomas with some space, but is tripped up. That's Jermaine Mitchell who tripped him up, and it brings up a early 3rd down for the Tigers.
This would be a huge early 3rd down stop and momentum. Give the Rams some momentum going into their first offensive drive of the game.
On 3rd down, it's Dees. Looking over the middle, he's got a man, and he overshoots his intended receiver. Had Dylan Wester open. But the Palmetto Tigers will go 3 and out on their first drive, and Anthony Campbell goes out on the field to receive the punt. And a huge difference already from the first drive last game. We talked about it in the open. Rockland Lodge with the first play, 81-yard touchdown reception. This time out, Palmetto goes 3 and out. Riverview takes over.
Well, I mean, that receiver was open downfield. Like I've mentioned, this receiving core has immense speed. I mean, these receivers have got to stay in front of the Riverview secondary because that play could have ended up a lot worse.
Campbell takes the punt from the 24, brings it out to the 40-yard line, and that is where the Rams will begin their first drive of the game. Rams scored on every single possession in the win against Palmetto, except for the possession where they took it all the way down inside the 5-yard line and took a knee because time ran out. Palmetto had no answer defensively for the Rams. They're going to have to tonight. Braxton Thomas, the senior quarterback, transferred from Desert Vista High School in Phoenix, Arizona, gets to start at quarterback tonight for the Rams. And on first down, Thomas keeps it, and Thomas has some green grass in front of him. A big gain on first down across the 40-yard line, and a fresh set of downs for the Rams.
This Riverview offense is so heavily reliant on the run game. You see Three receivers lined up to the right side, an empty left side. DJ Johnson lined up in the backfield. Palmetto defense is expecting the run. Great option by Braxton Thomas, keeping it. The QB
And he
sneak,
does the
and he
exact
it again.
same thing. There goes Braxton Thomas again. And the Rams inside the red zone in 2 plays. And you talk about it, how explosive this Riverview run offense is. You've got 2 guys who average over 6.5 rushing yards per carry, and Isaiah Belt and DJ Johnson. And how do you account for Braxton Thomas in the midst of all that? First down and 10 inside the red zone. Helmet fell off of Thomas, so it'll be Dawson in at quarterback. This time they will keep it on the ground with the running back Johnson. And Johnson powers ahead to the 5-yard line, and it's first and goal for the Rams. And we're seeing an exact replica of what we saw from this Riverview offense against the Tigers in week 3. First down and goal inside the 5-yard line. The give, Johnson, a ton of room, and DJ Johnson walks into the end zone. The Rams pounded on the ground and lead early in the first round.
Yeah, needless to say, these 2 running backs are going to eat up this Palmetto defense just as it appears, just as like they did in week 3 in the regular season. I mean, this offensive line is creating gaps that are so big. I mean, DJ Johnson could roll through sideways.
I mean, he literally walked in, and on every single run on the drive, it's a 4-play drive, nobody was within 7 yards of the end before they got contact.
I don't know if DJ Johnson got a hand on his jersey on that last run there.
An exciting opening drive for the Rams after the 3-and-out by Palmetto. The Rams lead over the Tigers. You're watching the 2023 FHSAA Regional Quarterfinal on the Riverview Rams Sports Network. Rights to the broadcast of this regional quarterfinal have been granted to the Riverview Rams Sports Network by the Florida High School Athletic Association and is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast telecast without the express written consent of the Florida High School Athletic Association is prohibited. And the kick will bounce out of bounds, so the Tigers will begin their second drive in much better field position than they began their last drive in. They'll start at the 35-yard line. This Rams offense seems like it hasn't closed the chapter they were writing on that night in September when these 2 teams met in week 3. The Tigers offense has to have an answer tonight. What do they have to do to get past this Riverview defense? They did it last time, but again, Riverview's really limited those types of big plays. How are they going to be able to generate those types of plays against this Rams defense tonight?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing would be surprising the Riverview defense. If the Riverview defense knows what's coming, it's going to be too easy throughout the whole night. Also, they need to capitalize on big plays. We saw last drive, a receiver open down the sideline, beat the defensive back, a missed opportunity, a throw right overthrown, slightly overthrown to in front of the receiver. That connection just got to be made. In a game like this, where Riverview wants to win just as bad as they do, they've got to capitalize on every opportunity they can get, especially on a defense like this. There is no room for error. And they know that more than anybody.
And the kick will be redone due to a flag on it. So a little pooch kick here. That will be returned from the 17-yard line by Tamari Magwood. And Magwood is met, but creeps upwards to the 40-yard line. So Clayton Dees and the Palmetto offense, who is coming off a great game against Ida Baker last week, where they put up 42. Well, offensively put up 35 of those points. But a very solid outing from Clayton Dees, committed to FIU. He'll try and lead the Tigers back into this ball game. Tied up at 7. 9:11 to go, first quarter. Up the middle to Devon Thomas, and the Rams front four reads that like a book.
Yeah, that's not going to work. This Riverview defense, great rush defense. All season long, they've not allowed big explosive plays, with the exception of, I think it was week 2 against Buchholz. This Riverview rush defense has been almost perfect.
Dees on second down, looks to the right side. He's got his man. It is Simone Matt on the reception. Just shy of the first down marker. It's going to bring up third down and short. Another crucial third down for the Tigers. At their own 48-yard line, Thomas in the backfield. Dees trying to draw the Rams offside. Dees looks down the field, got him in again, and once again overshoots Wester. Wester has had Jermaine Mitchell beat on that outside twice now, but Dees just unable to connect. And now it brings up fourth down and 2, and the offense is going to stay out on the field. 8:30 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, the problem with that play is now the Riverview defense is not going to let it happen again. They've got to connect. They've got to connect on those deep passes, especially when there's an open receiver.
A big fourth down here for Clayton Dees and the Tigers offense. Rams bring pressure. Dees rolls to the right, trying to find something, and it's incomplete. Was trying to find Simone Matt on the outside, but the Rams defense stands strong, and it's a turnover on down, and the Rams will take over across midfield. And now if you're the Tigers defense, you are really in a tough spot here. You already got walked down the field last time in 4 plays, all on the ground, and the Tigers offense hasn't picked up a first down. Now, granted, it's early, 2 drives in, but there's already a sense of urgency here for the Tigers on this defensive possession.
Yeah, neither the Palmetto defense nor offense are helping each other out. If the defense is struggling, the offense has got to help out. If the offense is struggling, the defense has got to help out. Neither of them are helping each other out as of yet.
DJ Johnson, the first down carry, picks up 9, brings it across the 40. And we talked about it, DJ Johnson over 7 yards per carry. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, extremely impressive performance we've seen from DJ Johnson this season.
On second and short, they go right back to DJ Johnson, and DJ Johnson moves the sticks. The Rams seemingly moving down the field with ease. Rams quick to the line of scrimmage on first down and 10 inside the Tigers' 35-yard line. They go to Campbell in the pass game for the first time tonight. 1 pass play, 1 touchdown. The Rams in 7 plays have 2 touchdowns, and they're pouring it on Palmetto tonight. You run the ball for the first 6 plays of the game. You open it out to the air. It doesn't even have to be down the field. So much eyes are on the run game. You talked about what 7 yards per carry does in a game. It opens up opportunities like that to have those one-on-one situations on the outside on a simple screen. All you got to do is blow right by him, and that's exactly what Campbell did. As Van Ingen sends the extra point through, and the Rams on top 14-0 on the Tigers early. You are watching the 2023 FHSAA Regional Quarterfinal on the Riverview Rams Sports Network. Sportsmanship is having pride in your school, your team, and yourself. Sportsmanship is respect for the game and those who play. The Florida High School Athletic Association reminds you to take on the responsibility of good sportsmanship. Play strong, play hard, play fair. This message provided by the station and the FHSAA. Tamari Macwood attempts to go and retrieve it, but the kick goes out of the end zone, and it will be a touchback. So the Tigers, on their third offensive possession of the game, down 14-0, not even halfway through quarter number one. And again, we talked about that sense of urgency for the Tigers defense on that last drive. Didn't amount to be anything. The Tigers offense, the way this Rams offense is moving down the field, they've got to produce something. They've got to get a first down.
Yeah, they've got to get something going. I think the Palmetto offense needs to rely on quick passes. The Clayton Dees needs to get the ball out of his hand. So the problem with them going early and going deep early in the game and missing those passes because they can't do that every single play. The Riverview defense, the secondary is going to catch on. So they need to rely on quick passes. Clayton Dees already seeing pressure. In order for them to move the ball, he's got to get the ball out of his hand.
First down carry goes to Parker. Picks up 3 yards. Jamari Parker had a 40-something yard rushing touchdown in the win against Ida Baker last week. Dees keeps it. Dees off his back foot has his man, Dylan Wester, sliding to the ground, and the Tigers have their first down of the game.
Yeah, that's more like what the Palmetto offense is going to need to continue to do throughout the remainder of this game. They have a receiver from the right side coming across the middle, splitting the secondary.
First down and 10. Tigers have it at their own 37-yard line. It's a screen over to Simona, and he is taken to the ground hard. James Griffiths on the stop.
Yeah, I mean, they've got one receiver out there blocking for the screen pass. That's not going to work. I mean, 3 Riverview defenders there to make the play. They've got to send either a tight end or at least a second receiver out there to block.
Dees keeps it, has Wester again over the middle of the field. Dylan Wester, the second leading receiver for the Tigers, coming up big on this drive. 2 receptions over across the middle of the field, and the Tigers move it into Ram territory for the first time tonight. Halfway through quarter number 1.
Clayton Dees dropping back, seeing his receiver in open space and getting the ball out. That is what's key.
Handoff to Thomas on first down, and that's a big gain. That's going to be Parker actually on the carry. Yard shy of the first down, so it brings up 2nd down and 1. Jamari Parker and Devon Thomas, 2 very solid running backs for the Tigers, as Parker gets the 2nd down carry and dives ahead for the first down. And that will send us to a water break. You are watching the 2023 Regional Quarterfinal. The Rams on top of Palmetto early, 14-0.
Whenever you need us, just reach out, and we'll be there to deliver the healthcare you need. Find a care site near you at hcafloridahealthcare.com.
All right, ready? .5:15 to go here in quarter number one. D's and the Tigers moving the ball down the field. The delayed handoff to Parker. Solid gain of around 5 yards on the carry.
That receiver comes over in motion from the right side, trying to create space for the running back to run, but didn't quite work out as they planned it.
Not a quick drive, but slowly and methodically moving the ball down the field.
Yeah, if they can wear out this Riverview defense as much as possible, they're going to continue.
D's quick hitter over the middle to the veteran Racklin Lodge. And Lodge is across the 15-yard line for another Tigers first down as his helmet comes flying off. And that's a way to get D's kind of settled into the game. You saw him kind of antsy on the first couple of throws, missing the deep ball. But on this drive, you've seen him not go for the deep ball, but go for what's there. And the Rams so far have given him the middle of the field to work with. And twice to Wester, now to Lodge, have connected.
Yeah, I think now this Riverview secondary knows what these receivers are capable of. So now that they pushed them back a little bit, so now that middle of the field is a little more open.
And Jamari Parker has a wide open lane to the end zone. The Tigers respond in a much needed situation, and they're back to within a score. Jamari Parker really dominated on that drive, just took it right to the Rams defense, and great blocking right there by the Tigers offensive line. A huge hole opens up. Nobody was even in striking distance to Parker. Brandon Gonzalez on to attempt the extra point. And it is good. Brandon Gonzalez in the last game against not the last game, but last year against Riverview in that double overtime thriller. We saw Majestic Van Ingen with a chance to win it for the Rams. Her kick got blocked, and then in double overtime after the Tigers defense got a stop, Brandon Gonzalez from about 30 yards out drilled the game-winning field goal to send the Tigers home with the W in the Mud Bowl. You were a part of that game. That game was a really tough field environment right there. I remember walking on the field during that game. It was unbelievable that a football game was played on that game.
Yeah, I mean, we were running out of our cleats sometimes. I mean, your cleats would just get stuck in the mud. That was not a grass field. There was no grass whatsoever. I mean, that was straight mud. But, yeah, an unfortunate turnout during that game. But we did learn a lot that game.
The Tigers, however, will not be having any more mud bowls. They have a beautiful new turf that they implemented over the summer. Much needed after that game, but it was a fun game nonetheless as Jaden Wheeler back deep to receive the kickoff. That is actually DJ Johnson, who has some room on the outside, and a flag does come out, and so this one will most likely be coming back. A nice return right there from DJ Johnson, who took it near midfield, but have to imagine the flag is going to be against the Rams, and it is for a holding.
Yeah, the special teams and field position battles are battles that have typically been won by the Rams this season. And that has helped them out tremendously when starting drives and being able to finish them. I mean, when you only have half the field to go, makes it that much easier.
So it'll be first and 10 for the Rams as they start this drive after 20.
First down and 10, the Rams, 7 plays, 2 touchdowns to this point of the game. Thomas on first down. A quick hitter over to Jackson Wabtrowski. Hauls it in for a gain of 4.
Down by number 5, Colton Davis. That'll be a pickup close to 5 on the play. It'll be second and 5 from the 25.
Now starting inside their own 25, we might see, an empty backfield. We might see
We
the
saw this.
offense open up the deep game.
Well, we've seen this look before, and multiple times against the Tigers, it's resulted in a run from Thomas.
Yes,
And
either a
it
QB
looked like
sneak.
that's what it was, and Palmetto quick to notice it, and they call a timeout. 3:22 to go here at the Ramble. You're watching a thriller on the Riverview Sports Network, brought to you by the FHSAA. 14-7 when we come back.
Yeah, like you were saying, when the Riverview offense lines up with an empty backfield, it is most of the time a QB sneak.
Rams do keep it on the ground, but brought to the ground quickly. It's Evan Stancil and Paul Moore in on the stop, and it brings up third down. And the Tigers can get themselves the ball back with a chance to tie it up with the stop here. Belt in the backfield, and the Tigers jump offside. A key mistake, and a first down for the Rams. Talk about stuff you just cannot do. You're one stop away from getting off the field for the first time tonight, giving your offense a chance to go tie this ball game up. And now you give Riverview that fresh set of downs and a new chance on this drive. It's first down and 10 at their own 30. Isaiah Belt head down, and he will pick up a tough 4 yards on the carry.
Yeah, those mistakes are not going to fly. Both departments of this Riverview football team, offense and defense, they're going to eat that up. When they see those mistakes being made by the other team, they're going to take advantage.
Second down, again the carry by Isaiah Belt, who is thrown to the ground by Evan Stancil, but not before a first down from the Rams. The Rams quick to the line of scrimmage.
Nothing out of the ordinary tonight. We've been seeing the offensive line just dominate the defensive line of the Palmetto Tigers. I mean, they're putting on a clinic as they have all season.
A screen over to Anthony Miller, and Miller chugs his way across midfield to the 49-yard line. Josh Smithers on the sideline, begging for a face mask on the play. Brings up 2nd and 5 across midfield. And once again, the Tigers jump offside. Archery Walker flagged.
And the Tigers bringing blitz, but they've got to be more disciplined than that. They cannot keep letting that happen. They're going to wind up beating themselves.
Well, that's twice now that they've gifted Riverview a first down. Once on 3rd down and 5, that time on 2nd and 5. Thomas alone in the gun. Over the middle to Anthony Campbell, and he is met right away. That's Isaiah Jackson in on the stop.
Yeah, good coverage there by the Palmetto defense. Not letting Campbell get any yards after catch there. I mean, I think for the Palmetto defense, it is okay to let up those 3 to 5 yard gains as long as they can be there as soon as the pass gets there. What's important for them is not to let receivers like Anthony Campbell get past them. Obviously, we know the tremendous speed that receivers like Campbell have.
And the 2nd down carry by Isaiah Belt makes it 3rd down and a little shorter. It'll be 3rd down and around 6 yards. Make it 3rd down and 5. Time winding down in quarter number 1. Under a minute to go. Another chance for the Tigers to get off the field. They go to the ground. The Tigers expect it, but they still can't stop it. Everyone and their grandmother came in on the run, but Isaiah Belt had other plans.
Yeah, I think even if Isaiah Belt didn't get that first down, the Rams were going to go for it anyways. I mean, an aggressive approach from the Rams and the coaching staff.
Thomas on 1st down. Hands it off once again, and Isaiah Belt just patiently waiting behind this offensive line, who you have to give credit to throughout this entire year, through guys like Grayson Martin, Weston Grudiera, along with Big Al, who hasn't allowed a sack all year. They've, the stars are DJ Johnson and Isaiah Belt, but you can't look past how dominant the offensive line has been for the Rams as Johnson takes a 2nd down carry just shy of the 1st down yardage, or might have just got it. It's going to depend on the spot, but that will send us to the end of quarter number 1. The Rams on top of the Tigers 14-7, trying to add on to their lead when we come back. You're watching the 2023 FHSAA Regional Quarterfinal on the Riverview Rams Sports Network. Welcome back to the regional quarterfinal brought to you by the FHSAA. Rams have 1st down and 10 at the Tigers' 24-yard line. And the 1st down give met by a flurry of Tigers. Not often this year you've seen the run game go for a loss on the play. That time the Tigers defense gets to him. It's 2nd down and 11. Rams in their 9 drives against the Tigers this season that have been able to finish have scored on every single one of them, trying to be 10 for 10. Thomas on the option, pitches it to Johnson. Johnson gets past the 30-yard line before being brought down. Kayvon Reddick in on the stop, and it brings up yet again a 3rd down and 5 situation. This is the 3rd time on this drive. Can the Tigers finally get off the field?
Yeah, if the Tigers don't fix that there's no way they're going to be able to win this game. They need to be able to get stops, get off the field, and get their offense back.
The Rams are in Majestic Van Ingen's range. Be about 35 from here. The give to Johnson, and it's going to be short, about 2 yards short. So it's decision time for Brody Wiseman and Coach Smithers. And Smithers will call a timeout to talk it over. Tonight's game in the 2023 FHSAA Class Football Championships is sponsored by the Florida High School Athletic Association. The FHSAA is a democratic organization with the membership of more than 800 middle and senior high schools, all committed to ensuring that Florida student athletes can compete fairly and equitably in an educational environment. The Florida High School Athletic Association, building leaders through teamwork, sportsmanship, and citizenship. So 4th down and 2, and after talking it over, the Rams are going to keep the offense on the field. A big-time play early in quarter number 2 for the Rams. It's Thomas in the shotgun with Jack Fulvig by his side. Fulvig leading the block, and Thomas with the first down.
Yeah, you see Jack Fulvig line up in the backfield to lead the way for Braxton Thomas, one of Riverview's best defensive linemen. I mean, has been absolutely outstanding this season.
First down and 10 inside the red zone for Thomas and the offense. The give. Isaiah Belt falls his blockers and is taken down at the 2-yard line by Caleb Matalo.
If I had to choose one word to describe the Riverview backfield, it would be patient. Like you mentioned earlier, these are two most patient running backs we've seen all season. They wait for the play to develop, they follow their blocks, and they find the hole when it opens up. They don't try to force anything.
Isaiah Belt pushing, and he is going to be short of the goal line, marked down at the 1-yard line. It'll bring up 2nd down and goal. 9:30 to play in quarter number 2. Rams trying to be 3 for 3 on the night. Trying to make it a 2-score game. Thomas, the keeper, gets by the defender and into the end zone. The Rams get back to a 2-score lead on the rushing touchdown by Braxton Thomas.
Yeah, see Thomas go to his right, sees the hole open up, cuts it just upfield, and dives over the line in for 6.
You saw Caleb Matala try and go after him, made the wrong read. Thomas a quick cut back and in for 6 as Van Ingen continues her successful season with another extra point, and the Rams on top 21-7 with 9:17 to play in quarter number 2. You're watching the 2023 FHSAA quarterfinal on the Riverview Rams Sports Network. But caught it just past the goal line, and so the Tigers will take over at their own 20-yard line. It was a much more productive drive for the Tigers, which led to their first score of the game.
Yeah, they took a slower approach, right? They didn't try to – they took what they could get. They took the short gains, or they took the 4 yards. That's what's important, right? They only need 4 yards per play, and that's what they took, and that's what got them down the field. Right? They didn't try to go for the deep ball. They didn't try to force any plays. They let it happen.
Jamari Parker was a big part of that first drive, and Clayton Dees goes over to Magwood on the left side, just shy of the first down marker. And then, no, they'll actually give them the first down, and so here come the Tigers. $9:11 to go here in quarter number 2. Dees in the shotgun. Fakes the handoff to Thomas. Airs it out over the middle for Rockland Lodge. He's an explosive wide receiver. He torched the Rams last game, and he's in for 6. A 70-yard touchdown from Dees to Lodge. Rockland Lodge once again versus the Rams, taking a play in the middle of the field and taking it the distance.
Man, the outside linebacker, Jason Evans, getting a hand on that receiver, but he splits the corner and the safety. That ball is timed perfectly, throws it right over the middle before he gets too far down the field for the safety to make a play, and then makes a great cut. Gets to the opposite side of the field where there's open space, and I mean, just explosive run after catch. Gets it in for 6.
And the extra point is up. And it is no good. Wide left by Brandon Gonzalez. The Rams' defensive line kind of plummeted right through that offensive line and might have rushed that kick a little bit from Gonzalez, and the Rams have an 8-point lead. You know, we saw it last game, and in the first couple of games versus the Tigers, we saw Rockland Lodge take screens to the end zone. He had 2 of them in that game in the first half, and on that one, it's the play over the middle from Rockland Lodge. He's just so quick. It's so hard to contain him. 4 Rams kind of all surrounding him, and he just burst right by.
Yeah, shifty receiver in Lodge. I mean, he made one move and had 2 Rams stumbling, and then after that, he had a bunch of open space to run, and just, I mean, they were looking at his shoe bottoms.
Torian James catches it at the 12-yard line. And he takes it out to the 28-yard line.
Great blocking downfield for the Rams. I mean, they had blockers way down the field.
Torian James, a part of the undefeated freshman football team, got moved up to varsity last week and started returning kicks, and he's done a very solid job, one of the fastest guys on the Rams. So the Riverview offense back out there. They find themselves only up 7 again after the quick Palmetto answer. The first down carry, and it's DJ Johnson, and we continue to rave about it. But again, waiting behind the blocker, waiting for the space to arrive, and these 2 running backs both play like senior running backs, and the way they see the field, the way they see the game and understand it. And it's a huge credit to them, who DJ Johnson, only a junior, and Isaiah Belt, the impressive sophomore running back.
Yeah, I mean, just when you think there's no play, they create one.
And DJ Johnson creates another one. Matalock comes flying in to lay the final hit, but DJ Johnson, another first down. 2 plays, 2 first downs.
Good job holding on to the ball by DJ Johnson, getting hit by both sides there, but
First down and 10, Rams already across midfield. Why do anything else when you can run the ball the way you are? This time it's Isaiah Belt on the carry, and he's a few yards short of the first down marker. And a helmet comes off of Jacoby Morrell, so he will have to come off.
But yeah, some might say that the Rams need to open up the passing game more, and they need to get get more pass attempts in the game. But I mean, it's just sometimes it's just not necessary.
If it's not broke, don't fix it. Now, obviously, if it's not working, you need to experiment elsewhere. But Riverview continues to just shove it down the throat of the Tigers defense. Second down and short. Belt the back. Belt the ball carrier, and Belt takes it across the 35, nearing the 30-yard line, and it's another first down for the Rams, who once again just running down the field. They have run they've run 2 pass plays the entire night.
One of those being a screen,
which was taken to the end zone by Anthony Campbell. On first down, Thomas, play fake, airs it out for the end zone for Anthony Miller, and he hauls it in. What a reception and double coverage for Anthony Miller. Quarterback, wide receiver, he can do it all. And the Rams offense putting on a show.
beautiful connection by Braxton Thomas and Anthony Miller. Anthony Miller, great concentration, watching the ball all the way in. Braxton Thomas placing that ball perfectly right over the heads of the defenders in the back of the end zone. I mean, that ball couldn't have been placed in his hands any better.
You took it right out of my mouth. Exactly that. That was the perfect throw and the perfect catch from Anthony Miller in the back of the end zone. The Rams offense can do no wrong tonight. 28-14, the Rams on top of the Tigers. You are watching the 2023 FHSAA Regional Quarterfinal at the Ram Bowl, where the Rams lead over the Tigers 28-14, putting on an absolute show offensively. And the defense created 2 3-and-outs to start the game, Jonathan, but the Tigers since then have been able to move right down the field. And on the last drive, a 70-yard touchdown to Rockland Lodge. What do the Rams need to get back to?
Yeah, I think the Rams just need to limit. I mean, they have been limiting, but those explosive plays, the one explosive play is the only thing that has killed them for the most part. I mean, they've been a pretty sound defense so far tonight. I think they just can't let up any big explosive runs, and they got to limit the short passes over the middle. You know, they can't always expect the deep ball. You know, the first drive pushed them back a little bit, and then they allowed some shorter passes, maybe 10-yard passes over the middle. If they can limit those and just shut down the Palmetto pass game, I think they're going to be all right.
First down and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Tigers' 5th drive of the game, and just playing catch-up with how great this Rams offense has been, airing it out on first down, and it is incomplete.
Like I was saying earlier, that Riverview secondary is not going to let that happen again. If you're a defensive back, you're going to see that and you're going to fix your mistakes. You let it happen twice, that's it. Third time is not the charm for the deep ball for Palmetto.
It was Jermaine Mitchell in coverage on Rockland Lodge. Brings up second down and 10, 7:39 to go in quarter number 2. Rams lead 28-13 over the Tigers. Tigers keep it on the ground with Parker, and he's brought to the ground quickly. That's Kayvon Love in on the stop, and it brings up 3rd down and long for the Tigers. A big 3rd down and 9 for the Tigers. Halfway through quarter number 2. Parker switches over to the left side. 3 to the left, 1 to the right. A pitch to Dylan Wester, and it is met right away by the star linebacker, Chase Caldwell.
Yeah, Chase Caldwell read that like a book. He was not about to get fooled. I mean, that pitch back to the receiver was a little high, floated a little too long, and allowed Chase Caldwell to get back. I mean, he was already back there, but slowed down the receiver just enough for Caldwell to just blow up that play. I mean, that play was never working.
Chase Caldwell has been huge this season for the Rams. Missed a bit of the tail end of the season with an injury sustained in the Tampa game earlier in the season, but came back last week against Charlotte, played some meaningful minutes, and has since continued to make an impact as Torian James lets it bounce, shaking and baking his way to the 38-yard line. So it's 1st down and 10 from the 38 for the Rams, who once again have not failed to score on drives this season versus Palmetto. The Palmetto defense has absolutely no answer. And you could say, oh, well, no, they literally have no answer at all throughout the entire season. The only time they've stopped them is when the clock ran out, and I guess if you want to give them credit for holding them to a field goal.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only thing you can say for the Palmetto defense, that one drive where they did hold them to 3 points. But, I mean, this is the only defense we've seen where, I mean, they just have no response. They don't know what to do when the Riverview offense comes onto the field. And honestly, that is the only department they're lacking in. I mean, you see a great punt there by the punter, Gonzalez. I mean, that went about 65 yards, punting out of his own end zone. Special teams unit, very good. The offense, not doing bad. I mean, 13 points halfway through the second quarter. They can put points up on the board. They put up 42 the last time we saw them here against the Rams. That's not what they need to worry about. The defensive unit is...
It doesn't matter how much you put up offensively now, being down by 15. The defense you have to start with getting one stop. That's all it starts with. You can't look elsewhere other than getting off the field right now. Thomas, a beautiful fake, and tripped up right there by Kayvon Reddick, but nears the 1st down marker. It's going to bring up 3rd down and short.
I mean, now you've got to think
2nd down.
The Rams offense might be in the heads of the Palmetto defense. I mean, if they're aware of that fact that, man, we haven't stopped this offense this year, not once, then that's going to be in the heads, and that's going to be in the back of their minds every time they're on the field.
Johnson takes the 2nd down and 2 run across midfield, and for another Riverview 1st down. And again, nothing was there originally. He bounced it to the outside and found a little bit of green grass, and that's what, again, these running backs have been doing so efficiently for the Rams this season. 1st down and 10 across midfield. And Anthony Campbell, little movement on the line of scrimmage, and it's going to be a 5-yard penalty against the Rams. Thomas, a screen to Anthony Miller on first down. And Anthony Miller blows by the defense, but they are going to rule it incomplete. I was going to say, I thought he had dropped it initially, but he just kept running.
It was a forward pass. I mean, Anthony Miller picked it up. You know, maybe he didn't hear the whistle. Maybe it could have been a lateral, but that was a forward pass, we could see. But that ball has got to be out quicker, out of the hands of Braxton Thomas quicker. He takes a few steps, you know, maybe adjusts the ball in his hands and then gets it out. It's got to be bang, bang. So Anthony Miller has time to see what's in front of him and maybe make a move, get upfield.
Second down and 15. They'll keep it on the ground, and this time the Tigers aren't prepared for it. Met right away by Paul Moore, and now it is third down and long. Around 20 yards. So here is the golden opportunity to get off the field for the Tigers. It has to be now. Thomas with some pressure on the backside, got away from it, and dumps it to DJ Johnson. Can he get to the first down yardage? It's gonna be close, and he does! Shazam! What a play right there by Braxton Thomas.
Yeah, what a heads-up play by Braxton Thomas. I mean, looking for a pass downfield, doesn't see it, rolls out, almost gets sacked, avoids it, finds DJ Johnson down the sideline. Little shovel pass over to him. Way to make something out of nothing.
And that's Zach Samuel coming off the edge to make the tackle. Zach Samuel was the guy who almost got to Braxton Thomas before he evaded the pressure.
Yeah, I mean, the defender that was guarding DJ Johnson comes up to defend Braxton Thomas thinking he might run, and that's what gives Braxton Thomas the opportunity to dump it over his head and find DJ Johnson for the short little completion that turned into about a 20-yard gain.
That was a very good play right there by Braxton Thomas to extend the drive. And again, Palmetto with that golden opportunity to get off the field. And they're scrambling on defense now, trying to get set. Thomas trying to take advantage of it, but he is met by Isaiah Jackson just across the line of scrimmage. So third down and 8. Thomas alone in the shotgun. Rams thought they drew the Tigers offside. It's a screen. Campbell, he's already taken one to the house, and he gets the first down yardage. Once again on third down, the Rams continue to be patient, be collected, and keep moving the chains. Under 3 minutes to play in half number 1. Rams trying to extend their lead to a 3-score lead.
Yeah, good mix-up of the playbook there. Usually, like we mentioned earlier, when Braxton Thomas is by himself in the backfield, it is a QB sneak. Fakes the QB sneak, throws the screen, tricks the defense, and it works out.
First down run from Johnson, a good one. Picks up around 6 yards on the carry. Rams have 2 timeouts in their back pocket if they need to use them in these last 2 minutes. And with the Rams getting the ball to start the second half, a stop here feels like a must for the Tigers.
Yeah, it is a must. I mean, that their chance to get off the field was on that 3rd and 20.
On 2nd and 5. Handoff. Johnson. It's going to be close. Looks like he got it. And the chains will move. So another first down for the Rams. And the Rams in no rush, and Palmetto electing not to take their 2 timeouts, relying on their defense.
up until this point, the running game has been outstanding.
It's been like it all season for the Rams.
However, the thing about using or overusing,
The fake. And Thomas gets to the 6-yard line.
the thing about overusing the run game this early in the game is that you don't want your running backs to be worn out by the fourth quarter.
Just over a minute to go. 2nd and 6. The handoff to Johnson. Stays off one tackler, but can't get away from the second. That's Trez Yarn who jumped onto him to make the stop. And it's 3rd down and a timeout called by the Rams. They'll have one left with 1:03 to go here in quarter number 2. You're watching the 2023 FHSAA playoffs on the Riverview Rams Sports Network.
Whenever you need us, just reach out, and we'll be there to deliver the healthcare you need. Find a care site near you at hcafloridahealthcare.com.
For the latest official news about Florida high school sports, including results of all rounds in the 2023 FHSAA Football Championships, visit FHSAA.com, the official website of the Florida High School Athletic Association. That's www.fhsaa.com. Catch live and on-demand postseason coverage of Florida high school sports at www.fhsaanetwork.com. Brought to you by the NFHS Network, the official online partner of the FHSAA. 3rd down and 8. The give to DJ Johnson, trying to find the pylon, and he does. Stays in bounds and takes it the distance, and the Rams offense simply can do no wrong. 5 drives, 5 touchdowns on the night.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about it before. The agility by DJ Johnson. If you look carefully, watch his feet when he gets to the sideline. He finds the edge, outruns the end on the close side and beats him to the edge, keeps his feet in bounds, walks the tightrope, and then gets into the end zone for 6. Great agility and balance there by DJ Johnson, which has been a huge factor in this great running game by both running backs this entire season.
Van Engen's extra point is good, and with under a minute to go in half number 1, it's all Riverview at the Ramble. Rams on top of the Tigers, 35-31 in what was 35-13, excuse me, with 56.1 seconds to go in half number 1. And unlike last game, which was a little bit closer, it was 21-21 to start, this game has never felt in reach for the Tigers. You're thinking 28-13, a 3rd down and 20. Okay, get the ball back, score, make it a 1-score game before halftime. But now, after you get that 1st down on 3rd down and 20, go down, score, leave Palmetto little time. Riverview gets the ball to start the second half. The Tigers are going to be scrambling for an answer in the next 56.1 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, this Riverview team just came out the gate banging. I mean, they just shoved it right in the face of Palmetto. And to be honest, Palmetto seems a little deflated after that start. But a dangerous return, man.
Tamari Magwood, the returner, and he's taken down from behind. That's Jason Evans who tracked him down, the speedy man who came over from Booker earlier in the season, played at Riverview his 9th and 10th grade year before playing last year and starting this year at Booker before coming over to the Rams. And he's been a huge component of this defense since coming over from Booker, has accounted for 3 turnovers since being a member of the Rams. So 49 seconds for the Tigers to try and muster something up before halftime. keep it on the ground, and Evans takes him to the ground. Right on cue from Jason Evans. And an interesting play call with the clock winding down. Thought maybe they would take a shot down the field, try and set themselves up in field goal range. They have a solid kicker in Brandon Gonzalez, but now under 30 seconds.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Palmetto's going to make an effort.
They might here. D sets his feet, fires it over to Simone Matt. And Matt's, does he get out of bounds? He does, with 12.9 seconds. Gets near the 45-yard line, so Tigers still have 2 timeouts, could take a shot down the field, get to around the 30-yard line. I don't know the exact range of Brandon Gonzalez, but could set yourself up for a good Hail Mary chance or a long field goal.
Yeah, I just don't know why they wouldn't take a timeout after that first play and make it a lot easier for themselves.
D dumps it for Devon Thomas. Thomas trying to get out of bounds and does so successfully. Leaves 6 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, Riverview in prevent defense, leaving the underneath.
There's a flag at around the 32-yard line. No, it's a roughing the passer, and so that's going to add on 15 yards. And now the Tigers are in business before the half comes to a close.
Yeah, that makes that field goal try a lot easier on Gonzalez. But, I mean, the Riverview defense in prevent formation, leaving a lot of room underneath. The Palmetto offense taking advantage of that the last 2 plays. You see short passes and then a lot of run after the catch with nobody near.
So 6 seconds left, and the Tigers now have it at the Rams' 27-yard line, and Coach Smithers will call his final timeout.
So it appears that the Palmetto offense is going to go for a touchdown and not take the 3 points.
Well, I don't know how much good a field goal does you in this scenario. Down 35-13. The answer has to be 6 right now for the Tigers. Now the Tigers could elect with still 2 timeouts. Quick hitter over the middle to about the 20, go down, quick timeout, make it a little bit easier. But obviously might elect to take their chances from 27 yards out. Last time the Rams were in this scenario against Clearwater. Clearwater was able to convert on the Hail Mary attempt.
I mean, I don't think it's the end of the game if they don't get 6 here. I mean, I say they can take the points, make it a 35-16 game. They'll probably go for 2 later in the second half because they missed the extra point. But I mean, it's not.
You have to go for a touchdown.
It's not the end of the world if they don't. I mean, there's still a whole second half, and who knows?
Yeah, but you're still down 3 scores. It's not like it gets you to a 2-score game. It still is a 3-score game.
This is the game of football, right? I mean, we've seen crazier things happen. I think
well,
taking
here we
the
go.
points,
Pass is tipped and incomplete, so it will leave 3 seconds. And the Palmetto coaches agree with you. They'll send out Brandon Gonzalez in the field goal unit.
Yeah, I think in a game like this, I mean, they haven't been able to do much, let alone from, get a touchdown pass from 25 yards out. I think taking the points is the smarter decision and go in feeling a little more confident about the second half, being 3 more points up.
From the left hash, it is 44 yards out for Brandon Gonzalez, who hit the double overtime winner against the Rams last year in Palmetto. Has a chance to close out the half on a good note, and it is blocked! And the Tigers pick it up, and they go right to the ground. A huge play by the Riverview Rams on special teams. And it looked like it might have been Jason Evans who got his hands on it. Or possibly DJ Johnson. But nonetheless, the Rams go into halftime leading 35-13 against the Tigers. You're watching the 2023 Regional Quarterfinals on the Riverview Rams Sports Network.
Whenever you need us, just reach out, and we'll be there to deliver the healthcare you need. Find a care site near you at hcafloridahealthcare.com.
Our show continues with Don't Stop Believing. selection features our Pipers and Honor Masters perform the short dance. Please enjoy Queen's We Will Rock You and the traditional melodies Matt United. Performing the drum dance is Leah Anderson. To close the lockout title, Kilroy was here, featuring trumpet soloist Noah Thomason and Gabe McCollum. We close with the lead singer from that album, Mr. Roboto. thank our business sponsors for their general support. Chick-fil-A, Culver's Lager, the Quick General Contract, Milkshake Riverview, Beachfront Restaurant and Green Tea, Local 7433, Harry Walker, Turk Coffee Bar, Rico's Pizza and Saltgate, Trinity Construction, Seagrape Home Solutions, Skip Automotive, and thank you as always, Ram Nation, for your continued support.
Whenever you need us, just reach out and we'll be there to deliver the healthcare you need. Find a care site near you at hcafloridahealthcare.com. Whenever you need us, just reach out and we'll be there to deliver the healthcare you need. Find a care site near you at hcafloridahealthcare.com.
The Florida High School Athletic Association recognizes its corporate partners who help make the FHSAA football championships possible. Team Up, the official merchandise company of the FHSAA, Gatorade Thirst Quencher, Max Preps, official scores and statistics of the FHSAA, GoFan, official online ticket provider of the FHSAA, the NFHS Network, the official online partner of the FHSAA, and Wilson, provider of the official game ball for the 2023 FHSAA Football Championships. For the latest official news about Florida high school sports, including results of all rounds in the 2023 FHSAA Football Championships, visit FHSAA.com, the official website of the Florida High School Athletic Association. That's www.FHSA.com. Catch live and on-demand postseason coverage of Florida high school sports at www.nfhsnetwork.com. Brought to you by the NFHS Network, the official online partner of the FHSAA. The Ramble, the Rams put on a show for the home crowd in half number one. The second half about to get underway. My name's Addison Refsco. Alongside me in the booth tonight is my partner, Jonathan Morelli. Stoked to have you with us on this beautiful November evening in Sarasota, Florida, where the Rams have just controlled the entire game from start to finish. Went up 14-0 early. Palmetto's offense connected with Rockland Lodge. Tamari Parker ran one in. They kind of hung around in there for a bit of the first half after Riverview's quick start, but Riverview really kind of put the game not out of reach, but put it very, very much out of reach in a sense. In this second half, Riverview gets the ball to start the second half, and all we are is a Rams touchdown, a stop, and another touchdown away from a running clock in this playoff game. And we talked about it. These games are normally close, but this one has not been tonight. It's Torian James on the kickoff return. He's got some room. Torian James eventually tracked down at the 45-yard line. He's been waiting for one of those big returns, and there he has his first. It's a short kick that allowed him
Yeah, that was a great chase down there by Trez Yarn. And the kick returner gets a lot of open space. I mean, very quick, very shifty. Finds his way, then gets chased down by number 23 on the kickoff team. Very impressive rundown from behind there.
And a whistle on first down and 10, and a timeout called by the Rams on the first play of the second half. Not often you see that, but some clear miscommunication, and offensive coordinator Brody Wiseman wants to talk it over. Again, the Rams are 5 of 5 in the first half. They've got a DJ Johnson rushing touchdown along with a Braxton Thomas rushing touchdown. Anthony Campbell has a receiving touchdown as well. The Rams offense, once again, just scoring with no control. First down and 10, they start at their own 47-yard line. And on first down, brought right to the ground was Isaiah Belt. Brings up second down and 10. And a Ram is down. One of the offensive linemen. As the training staff makes its way out onto the field. And we'll take a step aside for the injury. '23 FHSAA playoffs, regional quarterfinal matchup between the Rams and the Palmetto Tigers. As Malik Bird gets up and walking off in his own power. Coming in to replace Bird is Xander Jacobson, the junior offensive lineman. 2nd down and 11. Thomas, the quarterback keeper, he has a lot of green grass in front of him and steps out of bounds at the 33-yard line.
Man, we are yet to see a team this season that can figure out that read option. Braxton Thomas so good reading the defense and deciding whether to take it or hand it off. I mean, beautiful execution there by Braxton Thomas for, about the 5th time tonight. It is yet to fail.
Across the 40-yard line, they hand it off up the middle. And Evan Stencil and Paul Moore in on the stop as Belt takes the carry for 2 yards. Ball at the Tigers' 30-yard line. Rams trying to put this one out of reach. Up 22 at the beginning of the 3rd quarter. Isaiah Belt breaks free and has a touchdown. He's so shifty and he's so hard to control in the backfield. The Rams running away with this one.
And just an overall great play by this offense. I know I sound like a broken record, but it starts with the offensive line, right? They create the hole for Isaiah Belt. He sees it, he shoots through the gap. Then from there, it is all Isaiah Belt. I mean, I think I counted 3 defenders that he made miss, all by themselves. I mean, just broken tackles, broken ankles, all the way to the end zone. Great, outstanding run there by Isaiah Belt once again.
Majestic Van Ingen, 6 of 6, and has had a heck of a season as a kicker. Has only missed 1 extra point. She sits at about a 98% on her extra points this season and has the most, or is high up there in points for the entire state of Florida when it comes to extra points and field goals, all cumulative. She's had one heck of a season in her senior season as she's taking this time right now and not playing soccer. Normally, you know, at this time she'd be, you know, playing soccer as well as she does soccer and track, but right now focusing on the football aspect of the game for the Rams, and she's done a very great job this season for the Rams.
Yeah, and if I recall correctly, I think the one missed extra point might not have been her fault, but it was blocked. But yeah, I mean, just amazing stats that Van Ingen has put up.
And Tamari Magwood wanted the chance to take it out of the end zone, but it will be a touchback. And the Tigers offense really has to score on every drive for the rest of the night to have any shot at this one. How can they get back to what was working?
You know, I don't really know what was working. I guess, I mean, that one drive that they did have.
Well, I'll tell you what's been working.
Down the field was
what's been working is the over the middle aspect of the game.
The short passes where Clayton Dees can get the ball out of his hand and find his receivers quick. I mean, quick, under 3 seconds, he can get that ball released. That is what's been working, and the sideline routes as well, like we see right there.
As Dees connects with Dylan Wester as Wester takes it all the way down to the 40-yard line before finally being dragged to the ground.
But other than that, I think this Palmetto offense is limited to only a few things. They've tried stretching their playbook, but some things just not working out the way they expected them to, nor the way they want them to. But I think, I mean, maybe if, you know, after so many repetitions of over-the-middle passes or quick passes, if they try the deep ball once again.
Well, there is the deep ball, and there is Simone Matt taking it down to the 10-yard line. Again, it's the play over the middle, but there is a flag on the play.
And, I mean, that ball just out of the reach of the Riverview secondary.
Setting personal foul penalties. And so they will redo first down. And that is a big blow for the Tigers, who had a very nice gain to Simone Matt down the field.
Yeah, I mean, other than that explosive play for the touchdown earlier in the first half, that has been their best play. That just got taken away. And, I mean, they're going to look to do something similar to try to repeat that. But once again, like the Riverview secondary shut down the deep ball down the sideline, they might not let these over-the-middle passes keep getting open.
Rams show pressure. Dees runs away from it. Head down, first down. Clayton Dees, a solid running quarterback. Definitely not his biggest strength, but he does have 4 rushing touchdowns on the season. And another injury for the Rams on the far side.
Man, what did they put in the water at halftime? Got 3 injuries already here in the second half.
And we will step aside during this injury timeout. You are watching the 2023 FHSAA playoffs. It's a regional quarterfinal matchup where the Rams lead 42-13 over the Palmetto Tigers. First down and 10 right at midfield for Clayton Dees and the Tigers offense. Dees under duress, gets it away and has his man, no. Couldn't get the feet in bounds. It was Simone Matt. Clayton Dees looked like he wanted to go long on that play, but the Tigers just have not been able to accumulate much on the one-on-one deep balls down the field, and the 2 times that they've had them, Dees hasn't been able to connect. As here's the carry to Devon Thomas, and he is thrown out of bounds. And it will bring up 3rd down and long. Devon Thomas, the lead running back for the Tigers, has over 800 yards on the season and 12 touchdowns, but he's been held in check tonight against this Rams front four. Really nothing has been there for Devon Thomas. It's really only been Jamari Parker, the backup running back, who has been able to produce for the Tigers tonight. Third down, Dees will elect to run, and he's got nowhere to go, and he will just fall right on the ground. And down by 29, you would have to think it's a must-go-for-it situation. The punt team was ready to run on the field, but quickly go back to the sideline. So a 4th down and 8 from the Riverview 48-yard line. Can the Tigers keep the drive alive?
Riverview expecting a pass here.
Dees under pressure. Dees can escape the pressure, and incomplete. Dylan Wester and Devon Thomas both had a shot at it, but Dees could not connect with them. And it is a turnover on downs, and the Rams take over at their own 48-yard line.
Clayton Dees just missed an open receiver. Now, I know he was struggling to get out of there. The Rams had his legs wrapped up. But, I mean, a simple toss to that open receiver, enough for the first down, would have gotten them out of that situation.
.13 to go here in the third quarter. Thomas has all day. Thomas gets away from the initial tackle and then throws Paul Moore to the ground after the gain of 1. Was looking to take a shot down the field with Anthony Campbell, but had no success. There's great coverage down the field from the Tigers.
Yeah, that tells me they've been watching film. They're not going to let that Anthony Campbell deep ball happen.
And off to Isaiah Bell. And it's a 5-yard gain, and it sets up third down at around 5. Make it third down and 4 on the Riverview, at the Palmetto 46-yard line. Three wide receivers, Belts on the right side. Thomas keeps it, hit initially by Caleb Matalaw, but he gets away and picks up the first down as he gets down at the 40-yard line. Another Rams score would send this one to a running clock. About halfway through the third quarter, it's been an impressive night for the Rams, who, if they're able to come away with this game with a victory, will be facing Manatee. Manatee at half is up 38-0 over Charlotte, who Riverview plummeted last week.
3 receivers lined up on the left side, empty right side. Usually we might see a...
No,
never
it's
mind.
not going to be a run. Thomas, under pressure, gets it away, but the pass cannot be hauled in by Anthony Campbell.
I was going to say, usually we might see a run to that right side where there are no receivers, but not that time.
Thomas, when he's had the chance to pass, has been well protected by this offensive line. Isaiah Belt follows his blockers, and Isaiah Belt has the outside. Pushed out of bounds at the 15-yard line.
Man, such an explosive running back. I mean, again, slips through that crease that the offensive line creates for them. That's where it starts, and then the rest of the way, it is all Isaiah Belt. Anthony Campbell, great down the field blocking, creates some space, for Isaiah Belt. I mean, Isaiah Belt, just immense burst of speed, and there it is again.
Belt takes it down to the 5-yard line. And you saw on that play, on that last run, the offensive line transitions to the left and creates that hole for Isaiah Belt. It's first down and goal at the 5-yard line. Belt takes it into the end zone. Another touchdown for the Rams, and you can cue the clock because the Rams will send the Tigers home quickly tonight. The offense has just made it look easy tonight. Van Engen's extra point is up. And it is good. A little delayed signal by the referee. And it is 49-13. Complete domination. And the Riverview Rams, who were competing in the swim state championship tonight, have become state champions in 8 out of 11 events, as just announced here over the loudspeaker in the stadium. And a lot of push-ups for that man tonight. You can count up 49, and I'm glad I'm not doing whatever he's doing tonight, because with 49 points on the board, you're looking at well over 200 push-ups right about now, and I'm going to be real. I don't know if I could crank out more than 25 of them. A job that I would not want to have with this Riverview offense playing the way that they have been to close out the season with high scores against Sarasota, Charlotte, and now pouring it on against the Palmetto Tigers. 5:16 to go in the third quarter. And this one will be returned from Dylan Wester. Catches it at the 1 and bulldozes right into his own teammate. Devon Thomas got in his way.
Yeah, Danny Frieri, the kicker for that does the kickoffs for the Rams, usually pretty good about getting that ball into the end zone. That time didn't, but and a dangerous return man there for the Palmetto Tigers. Fortunately, the kickoff team did a great job of stopping him and preventing him from a bigger run back. Could have been much worse.
As the clock begins to wind down, as we have a running clock due to the Rams having a 36-point lead, Jermaine Mitchell is going to want to have that one back.
And
read that like a book and had 6 on his mind.
Phenomenal break by Jermaine Mitchell. I mean, sees it out of the hand, just great footwork. I mean, yeah, that was a great play. Gets his hand on the ball, like you said, probably does want that one back if he could get 2 hands on it, take it back for 6. But, I mean, great speed out of the break, just an explosive play by Jermaine Mitchell.
On second down, it's a screen to Rockland Lodge. Lodge, he's so quick, and he has some room down the sideline before he slips, but a flag does come flying out. And this one will be coming back for a hold.
What a block there by number 75, Marcus Smith, on left side. Just flattened his man. Setting up the hole for the receiver.
And a blindside block that happened later on it. Again, that initial tackle you were talking about. A very questionable call there, though. So it'll be second down and 9. 2:30 to play here in quarter number 3. Thrown over the middle, and Laventure almost got to it. So now 3rd down and 9 coming up for D's and the Tigers.
The Rams in man coverage. In coverage on number 2, the intended receiver, I mean, D's just overthrows a shorter receiver in number 2, but I mean, he could have placed that in there. Just a little too strong, a little too powerful on the throw. Almost intercepted, but got away with one there.
D's on 3rd down and 9. Under pressure. Rolls to the right, has some time, directing his man, and has his man. Great play right there with Clayton Dees and Dylan Wester to extend the play with the legs, direct his wide receiver down the field, and what a grab by Dylan Wester.
Dylan Wester's lucky he was falling while making that catch, because number 5, the safety for the Rams, TJ Smith, was flying in. And, I mean, he was about to lay out Dylan Wester just a second too late.
Throw over the middle to Lodge on 1st down, and it is incomplete. Rockland Lodge looking for a flag, but with no avail. .30 seconds remain in quarter number 3. As again, with the lead being 36, this one is on a running clock. Again, the quick hitter. This time it's to Damari Magwood. Oh my goodness! Alibe Laventure left in the dust, and it's a touchdown for Damari Magwood.
Yeah, Libe Laventure a little too tall there. He needs to break down, square up with the receiver, and then just gets a little off balance when the receiver makes a cut. You know, our coach, our defensive back coach, Coach Smith, used to tell us nose over toes, right? Stay balanced so you don't fall over. Laventure just a little too tall, and receiver gets past him there.
And it's a case of too little, too late, obviously, but a bright spot for the Tigers in this game. They've still hit on a couple of big plays tonight, as you just saw there with Damari Magwood, and we've seen it. Damari Magwood, one of the most explosive wide receivers that the Tigers have, if not the most explosive. Obviously, you know, you can argue with, you know, Rockland Lodge. It's a very explosive offense that this team has, and credit to the Rams for holding them to only 20 points tonight. But they have that big play capability, and you see it with Damari Magwood. You saw it on the opening kickoff in the game, where he was probably running around for a minute, probably ran 100 yards, but it was just diagonal and not towards the end zone. But Damari Magwood also earlier in the season with the kickoff return for a touchdown, along with the 80-yard reception that he had. This Tigers offense has a lot more to it than it's shown tonight. We saw it last time at the Ram Bowl, but this time not so much.
Yeah, and as I mentioned earlier in the game, I mean, this Tigers offense has tremendous speed at its receiver position, as we saw there. I mean, he gets around Alibe Laventure, and then the speed just takes it away. gets past number 5, TJ Smith, the safety. I mean, kind of splits them in half. I mean, once he gets around number 4, Laventure, his speed just takes it away and just walks in.
And the Tigers will go to the onside kick. They recovered one in the Week 3 meeting against the Rams, and they recover it this time. How about that?
Or do they?
Or no, they botched it.
It was up there.
It
was
looked,
up there.
it looked like they grabbed it.
It was up there for the Tigers to grab. I think they got a hand on it, but they just couldn't come down clean with it. That's got to be caught. I mean, that was perfect. That was beautiful.
I mean, the perfect onside kick right there from Brandon Gonzalez took the bounce off the chest of a Ram and was right there in the hands of a Tiger, but could not corral it. And the Rams, not that it would have killed them, but survived that scare. And coming into the game now is senior quarterback Jeremiah Dawson, who over the last couple weeks of the regular season has played some of his best football for the Rams. Had a long rushing touchdown in the win over Sarasota and actually played the majority of last week against Charlotte and really showed up for the Rams.
Yeah, I mean, got a lot of experience last year as a starting quarterback for the Rams. Not as many reps this year, but I mean, when he does come into the game, he shows up. I mean, when he's out there, he looks like he has experience, and he does. He plays very efficiently for the Rams, and shows up when he needs to.
Football fans, the best games are yet to be played. Make plans to attend the 2023 Florida High School Football State Championship games. The intense action takes place at Ken Riley Field at Bragg Memorial Stadium in Tallahassee, December 7th and December 9th. Come out and watch the best in Florida high school football play. Visit the FHSAA website at FHSAA.com for more information. And once again, you are watching the 2023 FHF. I've said it so many times tonight, it's keep buttering it up. FH. There it is. You've got it. It's out of me tonight.
I think you're FHSAA'd out.
It'll be 2nd down and 6 for the Rams. Clock continues to wind down, approaching the 10-minute mark in the 4th quarter. And again, the Rams are set to play Manatee. As long as Manatee is not blown a 38-0 halftime lead, the Rams will be on the road, even though the Rams did beat Manatee on the road 21-14 earlier in the season. Jaden Wheeler met by Caleb Matalaw, but not before he gets the first down yardage. Caleb Matalaw, one of the stars of the Palmetto defense. Haven't seen too much of him tonight in the game, but in the last game, he was all over the place against Ida Baker. Actually blocked the punt and picked it up in the end zone for a touchdown. He averages 10 tackles per game, and I believe he's only a junior, one of the best players at the linebacker position in the state of Florida. First down and 10 from the Tigers' 48-yard line. There's a give. Oh, TJ Johnson sending players to the ground. Will still lose a yard. And again, the Rams in no rush to get any of these snaps off. They'll take all the time on the play clock. The Rams have been getting to 50 a couple of times this season. I believe they've done it 3 times. Have a real opportunity to make it 4 tonight. Waptrowski goes in motion, and they'll give it to him. And Waptrowski sent to the ground by Isaiah Jackson. Jackson came flying in from the left side and laid a mark. Third down and 8 at the Tigers' 46-yard line. 8 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Rams on top, 49-20. The give to Khalil Thomas. And it will bring up 4th down. And finally, some punter love tonight. He didn't play at all in the game against Charlotte, but finally, a punt for the Rams.
Yeah, a very talented punter in Nick Delfo, number 36. I mean, watching him during warm-ups, I mean, he's hitting them 50-plus yards in the air. Pretty impressive. I mean, we've seen him earlier this season, especially last season, hit some amazing punts. So we'll see if he can pin this one inside the 10, which is what they will aim to do.
Gets it away. It'll take a bounce, and it'll be picked up at the 1-yard line by Rockland Lodge, and he's taken down at the 10-yard line. That's Isaiah Belt on the tackle.
Why he picked that up, I'm not sure.
That was,
I mean, he was inside his own 1-yard line.
You know what, though, 49-20. Obviously, this game is out of reach for Palmetto, but why not try and make something happen? What do you seriously gain from letting it go into the back of the end zone, you know, where how Rockland Lodge has fared against the Rams this season in both games? Why not try and take one to the house? You have nothing to lose, down 29 with 6:35 to go. Would like to thank our sponsors here on the Riverview Rams Sports Network. Chick-fil-A, Pelican Plaza, First Watch, New Concept Construction, Eco Clear, Melissa Waptrowski Realtor, McDonald Waptrowski Group, Riverview Rams Apparel Gear, RiverviewRams.com. Make sure to go get your new Riverview Rams apparel. HCA Florida, Sarasota's Doctor Hospital. Thank you for your support of the Riverview Rams and the Riverview Rams Sports Network.
Penalty against the Rams, 5 yards. It'll still be first down. It'll be first and 5 now.
Halfway through quarter number 4, Rams on top by 29. As they'll look to close out this round 1 quarterfinal win. Dees under pressure, gets it away to Dylan Wester, and he is sent to the ground by Landon Marsters.
First down.
And again, we talked about it, about Palmetto in the opening and how the teams that they have beaten this year have that combined win total of 6. As Dees airs it out, and Anthony Campbell jumps into the clouds and makes the one-handed interception. Unreal!
Wow. What an impressive grab by Anthony Campbell. I mean, Clayton D's looking for his receiver. The receiver is open for the majority of the play. Doesn't see him till he's covered. Rolls back out, tries to go upfield. Clayton D just overthrows him. Overthrows Campbell too, but I mean, he just jumps up there, climbs the ladder, makes a great snag, and comes down with it. Unbelievable play by Anthony Campbell, whose main position is a starting wide receiver.
And funny enough, when we were talking to Coach Smithers before the game, he had mentioned how Anthony Campbell was a backup defensive back if he needed one tonight and for the season. And here he is, right on cue of Coach Smithers, makes the one-handed snag.
That was impressive.
What a play. And the Rams offense back out on the field with 4 minutes and change. The give to Khalil Thomas, and he picks up the first down.
And this Palmetto defense, especially the rush defense, is just worn down. I mean, they are coming to an end.
Toss him in the shotgun. Newen goes in motion. And the give to Anthony Miller. Miller lowers the shoulder and sends a man to the ground.
Sends a man to the ground, but I mean, Miller just made him look like a boy right there.
Whew. That was Trez Yarn who was attempting to make the tackle. Under 3 to go in the fourth quarter. Thank you so much for joining us tonight on the Riverview Rams Sports Network. And this broadcast is brought to you by the FHSAA. You are watching the regional quarterfinal. Gotta say it slower. All these stutters tonight on the H, but we're getting there.
Yeah, I don't know how you don't have it down.
I know, I
at this
should.
point.
I'm slacking.
It's like the 72nd time.
Torion James met in the backfield right away. Tackle made by Miguel Pittman. For the latest official news about Florida high school sports, including results of all rounds in the 2023 FHSAA Football Championships, visit FHSAA.com, the official website of the Florida High School Athletic Association. That's www.fhsaa.com. Catch live and on-demand postseason coverage of Florida high school sports at www.nfhsnetwork.com. Brought to you by the NFHS Network, the official online partner of the FHSAA. Only 2 more plays remaining in this one as the give to Khalil Thomas, dragging defenders along with him to the 30-yard line.
They're going to give him the 30. So 2 yards shy of the first down, and it'll be 4th and 2.
Fourth down and 2. And on fourth down. Met in the backfield, and that will be the final play of the game tonight. The Rams come away with a playoff win in the regional quarterfinals against the Palmetto Tigers. 49-20 your final score, and they will travel on the road next week at Manatee High School. The Rams get their 7th win of the year, and it sets up yet another rematch for the season, where the Rams will once again travel to Manatee, where they won 21-14. And it was a game where the Rams were up 21-0. Then Manatee clawed back, made it 21-14. Had a play on the last play of the game, caught it at the 3-yard line, and then Luke Haskins comes flying in from behind after being a part of the initial pass rush, makes the stop on the 1-yard line, and the Rams able to pick up the win 21-14, and that's who they'll go against next week on the road against the Manatee Hurricanes. I'm Addison Resco. This is my partner Jonathan Morelli saying so long from the Ramble. The Rams pick up the win in the regional quarterfinal matchup against the Palmetto Tigers, 49-20.